Hello again, and welcome to a little vlog. Just a little one today to tell you about what we've been up to, where we've been over the week. We first went to Northgate Antiques in Bridgnorth in Shropshire, and we picked up a few back issues from Wayne there. Great guy. It's a nice little sort of eclectic shop that sells a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's actually sort of more of an antique shop, but he has some cool stuff in, some cool collectibles and some comics from time to time, so it was worth sort of bopping in and having a look. Sorry about the focusing issue. Still trying to work that out on the phone, but hopefully it's either that or terrible sound from the laptop camera. So sorry, but we'll get there. We will. But yeah, I don't actually have anything to hand that I got from Wayne, but we got some great stuff from him. We went to Comics and Toys. Rich is a fellow called Rich Griffiths in Bewdley, which is just outside Kidderminster. We got some cool stuff from there. A little bit behind with the old metal thing. Anyone that knows me knows that I was majorly behind, and they were sort of telling me to, oh, you got to read it, it's great. Finally got around to getting a bunch of issues thanks to Rich at Comics and Toys, and I have to say, you know, I've really enjoyed it, especially the prelude stuff. Yeah, it was fantastic. The metal one, the first one, there's a moment where I was a little bit confused. I thought I'd missed something or missed an issue or something, but we don't do reviews, so I'm not going to get onto that. Read it. If you don't like it, doesn't really matter. You know, for a couple of quid. But yeah, personally, I quite liked it. I thought it was good. We also got the Action Comics 987 lenticular cover, nice shiny lenticular cover, which the lenticulars don't always work, but it's a nice one. I like it. Very good. And finally, from Comics and Toys, we've got Old Man Jack, which is Big Trouble in Little China. Anybody who read the ongoing series, you know, was quite familiar. It was a good series. It was a great ongoing series. They had the sort of the humour and everything down to a T. My only concern with this, with sort of it being Old Man Jack, is it going to go too spoofy? Is it going to become, you know, is he becoming Ash? Which, you know, it wouldn't be such, I mean, I love all sort of Ash books, whether it's Evil Dead, whether it's, you know, Ash, the Army of Darkness, all those, they're great, but you know, but Jack Burton's is a very different character, and they nailed it pretty much with the other books. And you know, I'm hoping that, you know, it's just the name, you know, but I'm sure it'll be entertaining. The other one was funny as hell, so yeah, hopefully. And finally, for the outs and about, we went to an old favourite of mine, which was Infinity Beyond in Shrewsbury, and it's the first time I've been to their new premises, which is essentially the more mail order than anything else, as opposed to retail. But you can go to the premises, provided you've sort of okayed it with them first, because they do the mail order. You can go and sort of pick up your pull list. And they'll sort of get you and tell you when it's in, and you go and pick it up and everything else. You can sort of have a brew and go through the back issues and stuff like that. It's very cool, very sort of relaxed. It's the first time I've been to the new place, and I really liked it. It was really cool, man. It's good to see Paul and Tracy again as well. I had some cool conversations with them. Got some very nice books from them as well, very reasonably priced, and some cool hats, and again very reasonably priced. So thanks for that. I had a very interesting conversation actually today with Paul. We were talking about how much, you know, the trends in the industry, and how much dependency the big two have on each other. Due to what we call sort of entry comic books, like certain characters being more popular than others and being entries into comic books, being into comic book reading and collecting, a la Batman, Superman, sort of Amazing Spider-Man, books like that, and how DC are now looking to, obviously it's in their best interest now that the Marvel step up and and sort of clean up the Marvel universe. Not everyone agrees with me on this, but me personally, I think DC at the moment are sort of light years ahead of Marvel with regards to the comic books. It's kind of the flip side. I think I've probably said this before in a video. It's kind of like a reversal on the MCU as opposed to the I don't know if you can really call it DCU, but the DC cinematic universe. It's not really taking off at the moment, and hopefully, we can, although I thought Wonder Woman was a fantastic film, and I'm really hoping that Justice League nails it. Although to be fair, I found redeeming features in most of it except for Suicide Squad. But yeah, I liked a lot of the other movies, but there's no denying that they're not at the same level as the MCU is. It's they've carved out their path. They know exactly what they're doing, when they're doing it. It's very calculated. It's spent a couple of decades getting to where it is, and you can see that's crafted. And DC's kind of playing catch up, and they're trying to rush it a little bit. So I'm very aware of the fact that my camera keeps going in and out of focus, which is really aggravating me. Oh, there we go again. But with regards to the comic books tend to be the other way around, where DC have a clear view of what they're trying to achieve, and Marvel are just throwing books. I mean, there's some fantastic writers, some fantastic talent working for Marvel, but they're not really getting the chance to showcase themselves because they're very limited to what they can do. For example, take Deadpool. I haven't read Deadpool books in quite a while because the fact is they take whatever. And I mean, all companies are going to make the most of a property if it's selling, but there's flogging a dead horse. I mean, Deadpool, he sort of gets a bit of heat behind him, and all of a sudden he's got 3 or 4 titles, selling, and they're all treading on each other's toes. It's different writers and different artists, and they're trying not to, they're trying to keep it sort of in their own domain. It's hard to do that. It's hard to put out your best when you're sort of competing within your own house, if you know what I mean. And I've always thought that must be absolutely infuriating. And as I say, DC are not by any means innocent. None of any of the others as well. I mean, IDW have how many Transformers, or they did up until recently have sort of ongoing Transformers, and they all do it, but Marvel in particular are really sort of notorious for it. It's sort of that, the X-Men. I mean, how many X-Men titles do you really need before it starts to get a bit confusing? It's all a bit of a mess, to be honest. And hopefully that's going to be fixed with the upcoming Marvel Legacy, and they're going to put something into it. I know it's kind of more of a retro feel, but I'm hoping there might be something in there to really to really sort out the comic book universe. Sorry, this is really annoying me. But yeah, but it really is sort of, and this is what we're talking about today in Infinity and Beyond. It was actually Paul made the point, and I just thought it was a really good point. The fact is, DC, you're more likely to read the more obscure titles if you've had access to the entry books and the popular books, and that doesn't matter whether it's if you're a first time reader, if you know, a lot of people, I used to get, when I had the shop, I had a lot of people that would come in, they say, well, you know, I watched the movies and this, that and the other, I've always liked the characters, but I never really got around to reading books. So they'll read something and that will lead to them buying other books. If it's a good experience for them, if they enjoy it, then they'll carry on buying. And that doesn't necessarily mean they're just going to buy one book, you know, or you know, or from one publisher. You know, say if somebody's always liked Batman, they might decide that, oh well, you know, Punisher's a bit dark on Marvel. I'll have a go on Punisher, you know, and you know, and so on and so on. So it really is vital that they get all of their, you know, all their eggs in a row, you know, or whatever. Yeah, eggs in a row, whatever. But yeah, it's a good point, and it's well made. It was well made, and I think he's got something. But then I'm quite sort of frustrated still at the moment with the fact that we're kind of on a global scale anyway, because I've been told today that the comic books are sort of advertised a lot more within the cinematic and TV sort of universe. You know, they do take the opportunity to advertise the books in America, but I think they're really missing the trick when it comes to global, on the global sort of wave. That, you know, they're just not. You've got a fantastic opportunity and a great platform to be able to update certain, you know, information. Yeah, even now, I mean, even though Netflix release series in a block to encourage sort of watching, they can still update those adverts and put them in there. You know, this month in Daredevil, blah 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 blah. You know, they could do that, but they just don't. That's really frustrating. You know, DC as well. You know, but it is incredibly frustrating. So yeah. Anyway, that's it for the moment. We've gone over everything. I think that's yeah, that's Bridgnorth, Northgate Antiques in Bridgnorth, Shropshire. Say Wayne, nice guy. It's Comics and Toys in Bewdley. They've just moved from their previous shop just up the road in Kidderminster, and they don't have everything in store at the moment because they had a lot of stock that they're trying to move. So bear with them for a little bit. And then Infinity and Beyond in Shrewsbury, which is just, you know, it's a solid store. As I say, you can go in, but you have to. It's not strictly speaking a retail store, so you have to make sure that you've okayed it with them and you spoke to them previously, and they know when you're going to go in and everything else. But there's some fantastic stuff in there. A lot of exclusives as well. So they've been at it for a long time, and they sort of got sort of close ties with Charlie Adlard from Walking Dead and stuff. Most people who watch this are going to know this anyway, but you know, on the off chance that you don't, yeah, pop in. We're going to be doing a lot more, and hopefully we're going to be filming at different places. I haven't actually asked Infinities yet, but I would love to sort of get the okay from them, because, you know, so there's a lot of history there. But yeah, that's it for now, and I shall see you very soon. Goodbye.